President Trump has pushed the limits of presidential power to new levels in the first 5 months of his second term. His actions challenging Congress and the courts. Well, Mr. Trump is also transforming the power to pardon. CBS News Justice correspondent Scott MacFarlane has our report.
Norman Brown was nearly 20 years into a life prison term for a series of drug crimes when he took a plunge.
Did you feel like trying to secure a pardon was like trying to win the lottery?
It was me as a drowning man reaching for a spider web.
His pardon application underwent nearly a decade of exhaustive review.
What do you think overall you demonstrated that caught a president's eye?
I taught classes and created classes in the Bureau of Prisons for different wardens and different facilities, and that in itself showed that I was remorseful for what I've done and that I'm a new man.
In 2015, Brown secured a commutation and a release from prison from then-President Obama, and in 2024, a full pardon from President Biden.
This is January 6th.
The times have changed. 1,500-plus pardons of January 6 rioters were issued by President Trump on Inauguration Day. And soon after, those were followed by a slew of pardons for Trump supporters, like the former sheriff of Culpeper County, Virginia, who secured a pardon the day before he was to report to prison for taking bribes. And the one-time stars of the reality show Chris Lee Knows Best, who were serving time for bank fraud and tax evasion. They scored pardons and an early prison release roughly 6 months after their daughter spoke at Trump's nominating convention.
This president appears to be rewarding people who show loyalty to him through pardons.
Liz Oyer was the pardon attorney of the United States until she was fired in March after a disagreement over a case.
People who are getting pardons are not going through the traditional application process. They're not being vetted by the Office of the Pardon Attorney. They seem to be people who have figured out how to access side channels or back channels, or how to approach the president with lobbyists, fundraising, at dinners, those sorts of things.
The Trump administration defends these pardons, arguing the Department of Justice used to be weaponized against the president and his allies, and they cite President Biden's 11th-hour pardons of his family and his son, which means there's new debate over this very old American tradition of pardons. Scott MacFarlane, CBS News, the Justice Department.